Good evening, everybody. How are y'all doing today? Now I want you to really sit and think about the question that I just asked you. I want you to ask yourself, how many times do you really ask the people that you love and care about that question? How many times a day you ask them that? I find that to be, as I've thought about it, I found that to be one of the most important questions that you can ask somebody. How are you doing? How are you doing today? And it's so simple. Just that one question opens up so many doors. As you can see, I'm already getting emotional. I have my baby girl with me tonight. I've been having a really, really hard time. I won't deny that. For those of you who don't know, my name is Jaleesa. I lost my baby sister. Hold on. I'm back. I lost my baby sister, Selena. She was 18 years old when we lost her by suicide. So tonight, as I mentioned before, I'm going to be focusing on, I guess, my personal mental health and answering questions that anybody may have throughout this time while I'm on this live. And just someone also told me I should do a video in regards to, or talk about how I feel I'm inspiring others, or how I plan to. So that's kind of what I'm going to talk about. Bada boom. But yes, I lost my sister Selena by suicide October 26, 2020. By far one of the most difficult things I've endured in this lifetime. My sister was my best friend, practically my daughter. So to lose someone so close to me is very difficult. I did lose my grandfather as well, but I've also spoke on that. We were very close, and it was a difficult loss for me. But I feel like my grandfather lived a very long life. Of course, it was unfortunate the way that we lost him, but he did live a very long life. And then, when it comes to my sister, with my grandfather, it was like, oh, he would always take me to get ice cream, we'll go to the park. It was a different type of relationship. And for my sister, that was my best friend, my rider, my daughter, my everything, if we're being honest. And it's so crazy because when we were younger, we would always argue and butt heads. But honestly, I started to be honest with myself, and I think I had at some point in my life, had a little bit of resentment. But that was because, I'm a really big daddy's girl. And I feel like when my mom had my sister, my girl. Not even my girl, but when my mom had my sister, she would do anything and everything. So me and my mom kind of did disconnect a little bit. I felt like I did lose my mom a little bit. So part of me not only resented my sister because she was getting everything that I used to get, but also because I felt like I kind of lost my mom. But anyways, I don't know. To begin with me, I suffer from anxiety, depression, PTSD. At some point, after My second son, I never really got it confirmed, but I also feel I went through postpartum depression as well. I actually got to the point where I lost so much weight that I was back fitting in junior size clothing. I was 106 pounds. That's how serious it was. It kind of runs in the family. And so I feel like it's kind of always been with me. And it's just so crazy because I find myself to be like this really sweet and caring person. And I felt like I've just kind of dealt with so much crap in my life that has obviously put me at this point. I mean, even starting from middle school, my dad was very strict, so I wasn't really big on boyfriends, even though I sometimes did sneak behind his back. Dad, you didn't hear that. I don't know, I kind of feel like I was a little bit bullied in the sense when I was younger. I was never really the popular person, as crazy as it may seem. I kind of always was very mature for my age, so I stayed to myself. I kind of was about my grades because if they weren't good, I was grounded. But I think where everything really progressed for me was more so in my high school years. It progressed a little bit more in my middle school years, my junior high, but more so in my high school. I think when my mental health and everything first started spiraling would have probably been I would say probably when my parents caught me sneaking out. Well, I should say sneaking back in, because I managed to leave and then come back home already, and I got caught sneaking back in. Don't ask me how I managed that, but I did. I don't know, from there I feel like that's where it really spiraled for me. My parents took every type of phone, anything, so I really didn't have a way to communicate. My first love had just not too long before that left, so not being able to talk to him was hard. And then, stuff took place in the midst of all of that too as well. And then, when I kind of fell off the face of the earth, like everyone kind of started questioning and asking questions. Rumors were started. I used to get harassed. People used to call my phone and harass me. And I remember this one phone call vividly because I actually went to my mom crying because someone kept calling my phone. Pretty much just kept saying the same thing. Oh, I heard you got fisted. When is it gonna be my turn? I'm not an angel, but that is one thing that has never happened. But that's besides the point. Yeah, I used to have people harass my phone, just kind of call me all types of names. I can't lie, in my younger ages, I was a little gullible, probably a lot gullible, like a lot of or a lot of people are in general. So that's where that started. But my parents caught me sneaking back in. But at that time, what they didn't know is one of the times I did sneak out, I was actually, this is a big one for me to admit to the world, but I was actually taken advantage of. I have worked through that. It was tough in that moment, especially because then the person I was with following that used to make me feel like it was my fault. Especially after I explained the series of events and how everything went. But yeah, so then that happened. And then eventually I did get with, as I mentioned, the person that I was with at that time. And things were kind of good at first. And then shortly after we started dating, it was a lot of BS. A lot of cheating. A lot of talking about me behind my back. Till eventually it got to the point where he used to put his hands on me. He used to put his hands on me. And I remember there was multiple times I tried to leave. But, you know, I cared so much, and then he used to always try, like, kind of manipulate the situation and, you know, be like, I'm gonna kill myself. So then I wouldn't leave. And I'd stay, and I'd deal with the abuse mentally, physically, emotionally. I sat there and I dealt with it. Until one day, my parents, you know, because eventually he moved in, but eventually my parents kicked him out. And whether they didn't know at the time, so, you know, I thank them. They saved me, whether they know it or not. And I know when they found out, they used to, like, wonder what they did wrong. Like, how could they not have noticed? But regardless of all of that, in the end of it all, whether they knew it or not, they still saved me. That relationship there was probably one of my biggest spirals out of everything that I had dealt with to lead up to my mental health. Only because I allowed that man to break me down farther than I ever thought that I could ever be broken down. At least in that point in time. There's more to my story. I have countless things I could tell you guys. Countless reasons I can tell you why I should be sitting right here talking to you and bringing awareness to this topic, because I know what it feels like. I've had moments back in the day where I sat with pills in front of me, or moments when I was driving and just wanted to drive my car off the road. But it wasn't my time to go. For some reason, I'm still meant to be here, and I'm here. I just question, you know, why as though however it took my sister, why as though they felt she was ready to go at 18 years old. She was a baby. My baby. She'll be 19 on Monday. And I am having the hardest time of my life. I miss her so much. It's unrealistic. That's why I tell you guys, please love the people that you love. Care about the people that you care about. Be there. Ask them if they're okay. Don't make them feel bad for having problems that we probably all suffer with. I strongly believe that everyone who has a conscious mind, an adult mind, not even an adult because this affects children too, but just be there for them. open up the doors so they can communicate with you. How do you expect someone to open up to you if they feel uncomfortable or if they're made to feel ashamed for going through problems? How do you expect someone to talk, when they feel like they're constantly being judged? We're in a day and age where everyone, for the most part, is so damn selfish. So selfish. And I just don't get it, because then you're in shambles when you lose the people that you were treating like crap, pretty much, or just like not even treating like crap, just not really paying attention to. Educate yourselves. Of course, I'll be here to do my best to educate on what I know, but I don't know everything. Honestly, I feel it more than I probably know, which is why I do my research. But like I mentioned to you guys before, I don't want this to be about just research. I want to be me. I want to open up to you guys. I want everyone who takes the time out of their night to sit here and watch me to relate. If you do, of course. Obviously, I don't want anyone to be going through turmoil if they don't need to be. But the point of this is for everyone to be able to relate. And to touch base as far as the inspiring goes, I'm not really looking. I can't say I'm not looking to inspire people. Of course, I want the word to be spread. I want people to get motivation and inspiration for me to want to spread this word. But honestly, I'm just doing it because I want to spread the word, because I want to save lives, because I want to educate people, because I lost one of the most important people to me by this sickness. And so that's what it is for me. Now, do I feel as though I am inspiring others? I will say, yeah, I obviously won't say any names. If they choose to step forward, that's up to them. But I've had people, tell me that I've saved their lives. And I just started, and it's crazy because I just started making these videos. But you know what? I don't even care, because that's the point of this. Or even just people come to me and just commend me for being so raw and real and vulnerable with you guys and bringing awareness to the topic. Just letting me know that, I'm brave, that they couldn't imagine themselves doing that. Before I lost my sister, I couldn't say that I imagined myself doing something like this either. I honestly didn't. But I don't know if it's just her living through me, or maybe she just woke me up to something that I was supposed to do all along. But one thing I do know is I'm going to keep doing it, not only for you guys, but for myself. I have noticed as I do my research, as I make these videos, I'm finding healing in myself, that I'm being able to grieve within this as well. I'm also, as I do my research, I'm finding out more information that could help me help others, or that could help me, because it's making me realize things about myself or my loved ones that I probably never realized before. Even if you take 5, 10, 15 minutes out of your day to just, look up some information, or even if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. As you can see, I'm for the most part, very open with my feelings and what I'm going through. And I feel like doing something like this, you kind of have to be. Because you can sit here and say statistics all you want, but I mean, we read those all the time. We hear those all the time. When do you hear the raw and the real? So you could be able to relate and understand. And at the end of the day, you know, a lot of our problem when we deal with mental health and all of that, you know, and you know, more, you know, I would say more so anxiety. We're constantly second guessing ourselves and everything. And when you have someone being real and raw and you feel the same way, you know, I will tell you, it makes you feel better, because I know it makes me feel better. I go to a suicide specific group every Wednesday. Every person that is in that group has lost somebody by suicide. And when I tell you, I look forward to that meeting every Wednesday. Why? Because it's full of people that can relate to the situation that I'm going through, who I feel can understand what I'm going through. So that's why I speak so openly about my mental health with you guys, because I understand, and I want you to know that I understand, and I want you to feel as though I understand. Who knows, I may make so many friendships from this, but you know what? It's okay. Yeah. The raw, real, and uncut. I'm Jaleesa. I lost my baby girl. She's with us right now, though. I lost my baby girl, my sister Selena, by suicide, October 26, 2020. We're coming up on 4 months. She was my best friend. I'll say it over and over again, my baby. If not for you guys, if not for me, for her. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm doing this. My sister cares so much about everybody else. My sister was a person to fight the bullies from bullying. She was a person saving other people from taking their lives when she was ready to take her own. She was always there. I know she was for me, so I know she was there. And it was crazy because no matter how many times she got messed over by people, she was still there. No matter how much of a bitch I was, she was still there. Long live Selena. Selena Lisette Singleton. The best person I know. My guardian angel. Well, I'm gonna go clean my face, y'all. I hope you guys appreciate this video, as I did get really emotional and really real with you guys, and for a good reason. But I hope you appreciate what I've shared with you tonight, and take into consideration how people feel the next time you go and say something that can hurt somebody's feelings, or do something that can hurt somebody's feelings emotionally, physically, mentally. Like, really watch what you say, really watch what you do, because that's where it starts, really. It starts there, you know, because then you start to feel so lonely, like you have no one to talk to. So anyways, I love you guys so much. I appreciate all the love and support I've been getting. Please keep sharing, like, comment, please. I really want to get this word out there. I want to help educate. Like I mentioned, I want to help save lives. You know, unfortunately it was too late for my baby girl, but it's not too late for the next person. And help me do that. You don't have to, you know, not everybody can speak up. If you can't speak up, that's fine. Don't speak up. But if you can do anything, like it, share it. You don't have to comment. Like, share. Put it out there for the people on your pages to see it, because I don't have everybody in the world. I don't know everybody in the world. And that's the only way we're going to get this word out there, is by you helping me share my videos. Before I go, I almost forgot, I am in the process of creating a YouTube channel called JustJay. I'm being Just Jay. I'm being me for y'all. So please go to YouTube, Just Jay. I will be sharing a link once I get all my videos uploaded. I want to try to get it, all the construction done before I actually start sharing it. But you are more than welcome to go subscribe. Again, like, share, comment. Help me get the word out there. I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for tuning in tonight and being here, and being emotional with me and listening to my story. Because that's what it's about. It's about listening. So you listen to me, I'll listen to the next person, and the next person listen to that person. But let's just listen and be there for the people around us. For the people who come, anybody who comes in your life, always make sure to ask how they're doing. Never let that question go unsaid. Because even though you see a smile on somebody's face, they could be going through turmoil on the inside. They can be going through so much. You know, I was that person. A lot of people thought I was the strongest person in the world, and yeah, I am strong. I know I am. But I still and to this day, I still deal with a lot, mentally, even physically. I can't lie to you guys. I'm so drained right now and overwhelmed, but I couldn't leave you guys hanging. This really means something to me. I know this means something to my sister. You know, rest up, party it up, whatever, how you want to do it up there in heaven, baby girl. But this is important to me, so I had to get on here with you guys. Oh, I'm looking at my cute little jewelry. I don't know if you guys can see this. My coworker, Catalina, she got that from me. Thank you, Catalina. My mom got me this ring. I don't think I really take it off. Probably just like when I shower and stuff. I've kind of been a little... Oh, can you see it? Obsessed with butterflies. Oh, there she goes. Don't mind me. I have like certain butterflies that pop up on my watch. Certain colors that I know is her. After my sister passed, there were just like these constant butterflies, yellow butterfly and like an orange monarch. So it's just, I'm obsessed. But I know it's her. So when I know she's with me, I truly feel her all the time. But yeah, I love you guys. Have a good night. I will see you in my next video.